and welcome back to CrestVahllen D&D, the Baker's Dozen. I'm your not-so-humble Dungeon Master, TJ, and I have the distinct pleasure of being joined by Sean.
Hello, I'm Sean Lowry. My name is Cameron. Thunder! Thunder!
Yes. It's AC/DC, isn't it? Thunderstruck! Yeah. I love it. And then moving right along, over there we have Angela.
Hello, I play Nakano, a tiefling rogue. And if you don't take a hike, I'm gonna spike ya.
All right, because you have those spiked knuckles now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't take a hike, you're gonna get spiked.
You're gonna get spiked.
And then we have Cameron.
I play Scoop Crinkle. When in doubt, I'll cast Guidance.
That's fair. Yeah, that's good.
I like that.
Yeah, it's very kind.
Very reasonable.
You know what I love is like when podcasters do that like fake, very, very polite thing where it's like kind of stuck like, hi, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Oh, did Ira Glass just enter the room?
I think so.
Okay, and then last but not least, we have Noelle.
Is this way? Am I doing it right on the stream?
Yes, exactly.
I think so.
I'm Noelle. Today I'm playing Mishani Ankmut, the Kenran Ranger/fighter now. And, come see me at the Swordfish Outfitters for your next pair of badass fingerless spiked gloves. Nakano's the hand model for those, you can see. Yeah.
Amazing. Just like you guys doing a photo shoot. I'm too sexy for my knuckles. Great. With the Brady Bunch style, just so you guys know what's in the stream right now, I'm on the top left, and then next to the right of me is Sean, and then to the right of you, Sean.
Yeah, I was doing it
your
wrong.
Top middle is Angela. Right below Sean is Noelle, and to the southwest of Sean is Cameron.
Doing it wrong. It was this way.
Well, I don't know if I'm inverted or not.
Well, yeah. So this is you, Sean. This is Cameron. That's Noelle, and over Sean is Angela, and then all the way in the other corner is the stat blocks. So yeah, cool. Welcome back, guys. A couple of announcements. We are working on transitioning our name CrestVahllen D&D to a new name. We will announce it when we're all ready to go, but please be patient with us as we transition some of our social media and a couple of other things over to our new name. We decided to do this because not everything is going to because we have possibly other campaigns coming up and other things other than D&D that we do, so we wanted to have a name that kind of encapsulates all of that. Not everything's based possibly in CrestVahllen, the continent, so we wanted to have a name that makes a little bit more sense and it's a little bit more marketable and all that other jazz. So stay tuned for that and be patient. I know it's a bit pain in the butt, but we're doing it. Other than that, stay tuned for new art and everything. We also are working on a Patreon. For those of you who have been with us from day one or up until this point, don't worry, you'll still have access to the Discord server and things like Burnt Ends and Gluten Talk. And all of our other ancillary videos like Theurgical Theory and the Lore Keeper's Tales. But after we initiate our Patreon, those who are patrons will have then access to those videos and that content moving forward. So we'll remove our links to our Discord server and we'll make the videos from that point on, or Gluten Talk and Burn Ends and what have you, private videos that only patrons will have access to. But don't worry, all of the ones that were made beforehand will still be public. We're not going to put those behind a paywall. And just so you know, we will never put our regular campaigns, our Baker's Dozen and Argent Flame, or any of our future campaigns behind a paywall. They will always be free to watch on YouTube. And if we figure out other platforms as well, of which we will always let you know. So stay tuned for that and keep an eye out for that. We'll be using the proceeds from our patrons to purchase, better sound equipment, cameras, like Discord Nitro boosts for our servers, and everything under the sun. So yeah, if you can support us when we get all that set up, we very much appreciate it. We love you guys. Great. I think that's it for the big announcements then. So if you haven't already, before we get the Patreon thing set up, make sure you join the Discord, because you'll get like a free in, and you can keep posted on our character art, our magic items, all of the recaps from every session, some of the in-character role-playing discussions between characters outside of the game. Our character artist does some really great work, so that's all available there as well. And there's stream announcements there too. Great, cool. I think that's it for today. So without further ado, you guys want to play some D&D?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
All right, great.
I had a
All right,
little bit of a soda earlier.
Oh, okay. Caffeine fueled today. All right. So we're going to pause some of the background music, and we're going to bring on our title sequence.
I'm sorry, I didn't get scare you.
Oh, Sapphire the Husky got a little scared. Okay. Here we go. All right. So, what happened last time? Out on the open seas, the baker's dozen barters with the odd wayward merchant Kenji, while he remains aboard his giant turtle, Benji. Sifting through his massive fishbowl of idiosyncratic goods, the party strikes a bargain for a magical pick, some armor, a Kuatoa fetish, some potions, and other odds and ends. A mishap involving a magical dart causing a whirlpool ends favorably, albeit dangerously. The vessels then part ways, and the Poundbringer sets off to continue its voyage towards the Bagaket archipelago. As feelings over the crates of hats are discussed, thoughts dwell on the state and prosperity of the gang's bread and breakfast back in Saivesh. Sailing onward, the ship and its crew find themselves in the midst of a heavy storm. Due to the efforts of the party and the new full crew complement, the vessel and its denizens make it through the storm practically unscathed. With 3 full moons in the sky, ornery swordfish are caught, and their noses are used to adorn Nakano's new punk armor. Days of travel pass as the group encounter rainbows, flying fish, windless doldrums, favorable winds, and unfavorable squalls. Scoop sends unintentionally unsettling mental ads to members of the populace of Saivesh, as well as converses magically with Trisheni, exchanging information on several counts, including other marine signal locations. On the evening of the 30th of Hylock, through a shroud of light fog and mist of an unending cascade of rain, a large island of the Bagaket archipelago comes into view. Misheni receives a ping of the presence of elementals within a mile, as well as the pull of a tether, invoking a vision of breaking water, alluding to the presence of a planar portal nearby. The party's minds are restless and anxious, full of possibilities of unknown danger as they drift off into uneasy slumber. Awakening the next morning, the 31st, Avery confides in the group, stating that he hasn't felt this feeling since he lost his crew and his limbs. He warns that not everything is what it seems. Welcome back to CrestVahllen.
Oh.
All
hurt
right,
myself.
guys. Did you pull your shoulder?
No, the camelback I had was attached to the seat and strapped in, and I tore my arm on the strap.
Ow.
Oh.
Don't do that.
That's
Hey,
Ow.
don't do that. Okay, so You guys are still in the hold, making your way up to the deck where Avery kind of intercepts you, and just warns you that his feeling is not good, and to warn you that not everything as it seems. The rain is still pouring down on the deck, so it's not. I won't say it's not like a torrential downpour. It's more of like just medium, regular kind of spring rain, but it's consistent. It just doesn't stop. So given enough time, you guys are going to be drenched entirely. And this whole area is just going to be constantly under this rainfall.
Let's go. Adventure.
So, should we have the ship stay here, or where do you want, or maybe get out of the rain cloud and come get us? That's the question.
And that's a good idea. So they don't have to, the crew doesn't have to just be in rain all day.
Yeah.
How
And,
far from the
in
island
case-
does the rain reach?
At the moment, your ship is docked a couple hundred yards from the island, because usually you have a decently medium-sized ship, so you don't want to beach it. So you usually unless a island has a port which you can pull in, like a dock that you can pull into, of which this does not. You can plainly see. You usually drop anchor some ways away, and then usually take a dinghy onto the beach. So you guys are several hundred yards away, maybe I'd say anywhere between a quarter mile to a little to less than that, out from the probably, so more than several hundred yards, maybe about like 1,000 feet, something like that.
Okay.
out
Where
from
was
the
the
beach.
extent of the rain cloud, or when did it start? Like, if you were going out from the island, like, what's the edge of that?
Right,
So
sure.
that if we were to
You
send a ship-
notice it just before the island itself came into view and visible. Granted, the visibility here is a little foggy and just hard to see because it's going through drops of rain, and it's got that kind of overcast and rainy thing. So, quite a decent perimeter here, and as far as you can see in every direction, it's still raining. You still see the storm clouds.
This is natural storm, right? Because we already determined that.
That's what you discerned
Yeah, it's
last time, yes.
Hmm.
Unnatural.
Well, they can maybe sail away from the island and then maybe come back sundown. Pick us up.
Yeah, something like that. Because even if it was just rain, that would suck. But I fear there might be something else in these waters too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, yeah.
Should we have some kind of signal to have them come pick us up earlier?
I mean, we can always.
Oh, I guess you can do sending, right, or something.
and the flare, but the red flare that I usually do with my arrows.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
cast light on your
count.
crossbow, shoot the bolt up, yeah.
Yeah.
mean, what
I
if
will
it's
say
polished?
that is potentially useful in this scenario. That will come down to the visibility of the people who would be able to see it. Granted,
Yeah.
because visibility is not a clear day sky. It's not a clear night sky. It is constantly, and I want to say like stormy, but it's constantly, consistently raining, and so it has that.
How heavy is the rain? Just like a regular old rain?
It's
or?
like regular spring rain. It's not too heavy. It's kind of like that refreshing type of rain where it's not super light like misty, but it's that type of temperament as far as that's how heavy the rain is. But the fact that it is consistent and it doesn't stop has the potential for it to be oppressive, because things that stay wet, like if your clothes stay wet for a time, things start chafing, blisters start forming. It's like, it's not comfortable. So it's not it doesn't hurt, that kind of like really downpour rain. It's just consistent. It's like medium, just consistent rain. And it's not super cold either here, which is also odd, because you guys are getting to the area of where it's possibly could start being like, it's near the end of autumn, moving into winter. So it should be colder. The rain should be colder than it is.
Okay.
A scoop, actually, you know what? Don't do me a favor. Why don't you roll me Oh, actually, say you look like you wanted to say something. Go ahead and say what you're going to say first.
I was just gonna say we can for them to warn us if they're being attacked for some reason, they can shoot the cannon off because Lansdowne's.
Right.
Just give them that quick notice
That's true.
before we head off because I think I assume we're not all going. Like the crew and us.
No.
Right. No, just probably us. We, and of course Hurt and.
The A team.
But yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Do you want them to stay here or like
The
just
crew?
dock? Yeah, just dock here, or do you want them to go somewhere else? In the meantime,
Yeah. Don't know if it's better for them, at the very least, to go a little further out so if they could get out of the rain if needed easily, or for them to continue to move around because then moving target is harder to hit, right? If there's a creature. Or
Cameron,
something.
what's the closest island on the map?
Well, I just know that we're in an archipelago. I don't know exactly what island we're at.
That's true.
No, the closest island to we're at, so they can go there instead of where we're going.
That's what I'm saying. It just shows it as an archipelago. I don't have all the islands charted out, right? I mean,
correct.
my map's not that detailed, right?
It is. So the map's quite detailed, but it doesn't. So here's the deal: archipelago, as its nature, is a series, like a ring of, and a series of many islands. So this is just the first island of the archipelago. Rather, it is a very large island that you have come across. So at the moment, from what you can tell, this is the closest island. If you guys are looking for another island in the Bagaket archipelago, you would have to send the ship to off and explore to see what, because most likely it wouldn't be.
Am I able to kind of
Go ahead.
Am I able to kind of suss out the shape of this island at all to kind of see if this particular island is on the map?
Go ahead and roll a perception check. Scoop, I'm going to say the same thing for you. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
What do you want me to roll
11.
before too?
This is that.
Perception. 14.
14. And what did you get, Tamron?
11.
11. From this vantage, even...
Can I set it? Well, it's too late now. For mine.
Well, you climb all the way up to the crow's nest and you try to get a look. Through the not so great visibility of the rain and just the distance and the sheer size of this island, it is a sizable island. But all you can see is the horizon of the shore, as far as it goes, and then it curves in. You can't really give you get a 2-dimensional aspect of what it is, but not a 3-dimensional one.
Do we know if the Earth is round?
Oh my goodness, you're really gonna make me do this. So, as an archaeologist, someone who's traveled decently throughout, being on the seas, you have noticed the curvature of the planet. You take that information with whatever it is you think. If you think it's just
So it's not general knowledge that the Earth is round.
it's not general knowledge of a lot of things. It's not general knowledge of the names of the moons or celestial bodies or what the stars even are. Think medieval times. People are not entirely educated. Literacy is not widespread. But I mean, there are still people who are like, oh yeah, no, of course we live on a sphere, or no, we live on a convex contact lens.
I see.
It's just sitting on the back of a bunch of turtles, or whatever. Discworld. There's a bunch of different schools of thought when it comes to that. Let me just get my
Flying on a dome.
Maybe nobody really cares in this universe. That would be refreshing.
What is it like? There's no flat earther society?
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay. So, as far as the Bagaket Archipelago is, the Bagaket Archipelago encapsulates quite a few islands over hundreds and hundreds of miles of sea. So, this isn't it's not easy to tell exactly which island. What I would say is that you guys did travel due like east by northeast from, or like almost due east from Sivesh via the way the crow flies. There could be, if you look on the map, one of the smaller islands that's kind of separate from like the big island that could be hundreds of miles large. That's just south of Fort Darda. That could be the island you're on, or it could be any one of those other islands that's separate from the other ones there. It is difficult to tell, especially with the weather that you encountered and the windless doldrums. It's hard for you to tell exactly where you are on there. What you can tell is most likely you have reached the Bagaket archipelago, and it is one of these islands. That's on the western side of the archipelago. Otherwise, it would have taken you extra days to get to the other ones. Make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, a scoop. With that perception check, when you look up at the storm and just kind of regard it as you are a storm, you are a cleric of the tempest. You do the thing where you stick out your tongue, you catch some rain. It's not fresh. It's salty. The rain is salt water.
Mm. How are the plants doing?
You can always go on the island and check it out.
Have you tasted this rain, guys? It's like salty.
No, let's see. Bleh.
That's
You're
a good
right.
sound effect.
Bleh.
There.
Add it to the soundboard.
Adam.
No?
You're right. That's very strange. Has anybody heard of anything like this before with the sea
Mm-mm.
coming from the sky? Okay.
No.
Sea coming from the sky.
Has I heard of that before?
Go ahead and roll a history check for me.
The sea coming from the sky.
What was that?
9.
9. No, you've never heard of salt water falling from the sky before. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
It's nothing.
Great. Eventually, Avery kind of gets out of your way and goes about doing his business here and just prepping the ship. And it's kind of just gives you all a look of like, well, by your orders.
I think we're going to go on land, and then if you guys want to kind of sail out of the storm a little bit to stay a little safer, and then come back here by sunset, pick us up. Get the general plan.
All right. When the sun crests over the horizon, we'll make our way back to the shore. We'll try to hit up this spot exactly, and then if you're not here, I suppose we'll leave again and come back the next sunset.
Did I say sun? So it's sunset today, right? It's morning, isn't it?
It's
sunrise
morning, yeah.
today. It is morning.
Right. So sunset today, you'll be back here, right? Just speak.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So about like 12-ish, 13 to 13, anywhere from 12 to 14 hours from now.
Yeah.
And in case things go sideways on either end, you guys fire. Scoop had a great idea. You guys fire a cannon. We'll keep an ear out and try coming your way. And otherwise, he does the thing in your head, or perhaps send a flare. Right, Scoop? Is that what you were thinking?
Yes.
For us to tell them. Okay, cool.
Can everybody just kind of like step aside because like I'm going to cast Mage Armor.
Oh, sure.
Excuse me.
This is, I love how this. I love this. I'm gonna go poop in the corner real quick. It's just been so. It's been so perfect. I will say, if you ask them to leave to like go outside of the storm, there's absolutely no way they're gonna be able to see your flare. Like no fucking way. Not while they're out of the storm. It's just they'll be too far away.
We could always row out.
They won't
of
even
the
have visual
storm and
contact
then
of the
fire a
island
thing,
anymore.
right?
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Why am I so shiny today?
You're glowing. You're glowing. Did you have a good night last night, Sean? You're glowing.
Oh my god, that's a one wild magic.
Oh no!
Oh dear. Do
Here we
I'm gonna
go.
sneeze.
you want my die?
Here we go, guys.
My wild magic surge was at 2,
Wild.
and I rolled a 1.
Hey, at least that was the nat one.
Yeah.
Maybe-
But this is now, not in the middle of like combat or something.
Yeah.
Get a 42.
Turning into
Get it out of the way.
again. 42.
You rolled a 1 too. See? All dice are bad.
All right. So what'd you get? on that?
46. That
46.
sounds dangerously
Jeez, that's
close,
really
to,
close.
to plant time.
You watch as all of you guys step back, and you just give Tamron some space, and he casts Mage Armor himself, and then you feel like you become weightless, Tamron,
Fine.
as your like feet just start to
What's happening?
like not a purchase on the ground anymore, and you guys see him just like start to lift off of the deck, like the floor of the hold, and
Yeah,
as
grab my
he's just
legs,
kinda
grab my legs.
floating. I mean, you'll hit the ceiling at some point, like you won't go, but you because you're
Oh,
still
I
in
thought
the
we were
hold.
out on
Oh,
the
you're
You're still in the
outside.
hold.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
still in the hold.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you haven't gone upstairs yet because Avery stopped you at the stairs up to the deck, and you guys are still down there, unless you want to be. But yeah, you just start to float up, and you just kind of like weightlessly float there, like 0G. You're not going up, down, left, right, or anything.
Do we tie a string around his leg and push him? Pull him?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can tie a rope around his leg.
Am I a balloon, y'all?
Oh, yeah, he's a balloon.
I think he might be.
Can you carry? Can you carry something heavy and it will come up with you? Or
I don't know. Let's see.
Ooh.
Hand me that cannonball over there.
okay.
He grabs the cannonball. He stays where he is.
Do you feel any weight on the cannonball?
Yeah, I mean, it's.
It's heavy.
I'm still holding it. It's still heavy. Yeah.
So it's,
This should wear off soon, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we try?
Can you
You do
move me?
move though when we. Yeah. Here, let's pull you.
So
Can I move me?
So you think about moving.
I have fly as one of my spells. Do I recognize this as like
this
fly?
Is
Is this
not
fly?
This is not fly.
Oh,
For sure.
it could be like an airship that has like a cannonball
So
and just drop it on
you
people's
cast
heads.
this spell on yourself. You will yourself, and over the course of a single round, you can move yourself 20 feet in any 3-dimensional direction as you just kind of float.
Okay. This is fun.
So Tamron just like floats and be like peasants and just starts to float towards the stairs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
As you're floating up the stairs.
Like I love how his feet were like
Check
this, and
me
then
out.
when he got up, they just start to dangle pointed, and they just
We'll keep a rope tied on you just in case, but that's pretty cool. You guys could have like ghost battles now, like in the
yeah,
air.
you
It
look
could be like,
pretty
"Ooh,
fucking regal
Yeah.
too. The whole thing.
I'm
like,
doing that on purpose as like a bit. everybody.
like you're beneath me.
I make like sparks come out of my hands like Dr. Manhattan. You know?
Perfect.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. Like crotch forward, hands back. The
Yeah.
whole deal. And you just kind of like float up the stairway and just like emerge from the hold onto the deck, and the crew is like, oh, as you're just floating there, like, yes. Like, I am
Right.
home.
You pick
Nah, I'm
up the
just going.
entire dinghy and float it, make it float.
Am I able to like make myself go down, or is this just
Yeah, if you
permanent?
want,
Is
if
it
you
the way it
will
is now?
yourself, you can go down.
All right, so I can just like go back on the ground and just kind of like resume normal activity.
You can, but you still feel weightless.
Oh, cool. Okay.
If he runs and then thinks about going forward, does he get
He'll
50
get like
feet of movement?
he'll just float.
Can I like jump through the air? Can I like?
You can't double jump. No, you cannot double jump.
Okay. Anyway, I think we can go.
You can
I
like
think this is
push
okay.
off something and have the momentum take you a distance, and then will yourself, so you essentially like fly, but without like the flying.
This is
Because
fun.
fly makes you super fast. This appears to be like you're just kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
floating.
Oh, I just have no gravity.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
Can you like figure out how to do this on like the reg? Because this would be kind of fun at parties and stuff.
Maybe,
you know?
yeah. Maybe you can like kind of bop me around like a balloon. Yeah.
Right.
What if we'd make a boat do this? We'd be a flying boat.
Ooh.
Tam, go ahead and roll a Arcana check to see if you can figure out what the hell's happening.
3.
3. It's fly, y'all. You just cast
You're
it
making
wrong.
your way up.
I know it's not fly though. I've casted fly on myself and I've
Yeah.
had fly. Like I'm not that.
Like that's the thing. Like you're thinking this is fly, but it can't be fly. But it's fly, but it can't be fly.
But you look fly doing it.
Pretty fly
Yeah.
for a dragon guy.
All right.
Ah.
Do you guys want to get going?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's
I'll just
grab
float
any-
along with the dinghy. I'm having too much fun.
Okay. You guys all.
We're gonna have a
So Hurt,
Sorry.
Misheni, a Scoop, Nakano, all get into the dinghy. And Tamarin just floats down off of the side of the deck, close to the dinghy, and just floats like crotch first along the dinghy. And you wave goodbye to the crew as they pull up anchor and start to go outside of this storm. And you just float alongside the dinghy that is going towards the island. Now, as you approach the island, the rain here does get a little bit heavier, but not oppressive. Like again, like there's a statute of limitations as to how hard it's going to get. It does get a little heavier. It appears like it's marginal. From what you can tell, you're probably getting closer to the source of whatever is causing this, like the eye of a storm. But you know, who knows? You don't really know what the deal is. After about 10 minutes of floating, Tamarin, you just stop floating and you splash into the water.
Oh, okay. Pull him up.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
still attached.
I'll use prestidigitation to like dry myself and then immediately get wet again. Oh, right. Yeah. Forgot.
Right. It's raining.
Right.
You do so.
Do you think
Tamarin-
this bionicle? Sorry.
Tamarin, what is your passive perception?
11.
11. Tamarin, while you are in the water and you get pulled up, you're not sure if it was like a piece of seaweed or something, but you feel like something brushed against your calf all the way down your ankle into your heel.
Eee. Kind of like that. Something touched me.
Oh, that's not cool. Like a
Yeah.
fish or like
I don't
what?
know. It felt maybe like seaweed, but
Did it feel like fabric, or did it feel like kind of a skin or metal?
You don't know. It just
I mean,
felt
I'm wearing
something.
pants, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Something just
Something
brushed against it, like
Yeah.
caress, like across
Yeah, I
the
didn't
back
like
of your
it.
calf, and like, but it like followed the line of your form. Like it didn't just like the wave. It like put like the same amount of pressure
don't like that.
consistently along your calf, and then to the back of your Achilles tendon, and like flicked the edge of your heel.
I don't like that at all. Nobody go in the water.
Yeah. A Scoop, can you? You're pretty
You don't
good
do
at
water.
seeing things. Can Can you see what's down there?
I'm
Without sticking your head. I'm just saying, like, look over the side of the boat
Without
and see.
sticking your head.
quite terrified right now.
I know.
'Cause I
Me
feel
too.
like, I don't know how I'm gonna see what's in there without looking in.
Throw one of my random rocks into the water and just kind of watch it sink.
Excuse you. With
I
your
always have
random
pebbles in my
rocks.
pocket.
Okay, yeah, you're okay. You're an archaeologist. You
Rock
probably
pocket.
have a couple pebbles in your pocket. Sure.
Do we have anything that like I
You
assume
toss a.
the sea
Go ahead.
is saltwater, right?
Yeah.
Where we
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like when you fell into the water, Tamron, it felt like seawater.
Okay.
You toss one of your pebbles into the water. You wait for a moment. You guys stop rowing. Nothing.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to put my head in.
Also, it's
Don't put
hard
your
to
head in,
tell.
It's fine.
It's also like hard to tell because all the rain is hitting the water, so it's making splashes all over the place.
Yeah. I'm
Right.
mad spooked out, y'all.
I'll be right back.
Can
I mean-
you guys like hold me or something?
I don't think you should put your face in.
Why don't we put some object? See what's
Ooh, I have an
Yeah,
idea.
just
Why don't
put
you
an
put
object.
your spyglass in the water and look
That's
through
what I
the
was thinking,
spyglass?
but the spy class is a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of money. I think it's.
Shay, do you have any like lizards there or something in one of your test tubes we can just toss in there to see what happens?
Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
test
I
tubes.
think I
Okay,
actually have some stuff.
I could put the test tubes in my eye and be like, "Boop, boop."
That's going to be a really weird shape. Trust me.
Do the masks have goggles? Or are they just like face?
I still got to put my head in.
Filtration. I don't know.
Also, when we go on this island, should we just be wearing those masks?
Yeah, we should totally do that just in case. If let's see, what do I have? Rifling through my various things. Exactly. I mean, I still have a femur bone. We can use that to kind of like bait it a little bit, or an egg.
I have my fishing tackle. I could just kind of cast a line and see what happens.
That could be interesting.
Maybe if we catch like a fish, it'll be like mute, something like that.
Yeah. All right.
Let's- I just cast a line in the water.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's keep rowing though. I'm spooked. Yeah, I'll bait it.
You
Just
bait
like
it.
regular tackle.
You cast a line in the water. Nothing. Other than the rain hitting the water and the waves of the shore, it seems rather tepid. No response.
I mean,
You continue rowing.
do you want me to? I can use that thing where I kind of get the ping for types of creatures and stuff that are around. I could try to do that, but it's not. I don't know exactly which direction.
Didn't you already do that?
I did, but I didn't know if like this is a new thing that came in, or I don't know.
Yeah.
We can leave it. We don't have to do that.
After rowing for about a minute, you guys hear
Nothing.
under like from the bottom of your boat. It feels like your boat's scraping up against coral, but it's like inconsistent. It's like sounds like
Must row faster. Must row faster.
Yeah, I don't like this.
All right. Start
it
doing
starts to
double
feel
pace.
like, you know, when like a cat will claw at the
And bounds with
door or
thrust.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, I got. Do you
No.
have that? Do you still have a ball bearing? Does anyone have a ball bearing?
I have a pebble.
Give me the pebble again.
Okay, here.
I'm gonna cast light on it, and we'll drop it in.
Okay, you cast light.
Okay.
Oh,
on
good
the
call,
pebble,
good call.
and you drop
Yeah.
it into the ocean. And it gives a radius of light, and as you do so, you see it passes through the waves and it breaks the surface. And there's nothing for a while as you start it to get dimmer and dimmer as you go down. And then you see dozens of shadows pass over it quickly as it goes down and further into the depths. Things moving very
Okay, let's
fast
keep
in the
going.
water.
Run.
Yeah,
Roll faster.
full speed.
Then you see something go over the light and start to come very fast towards the surface of the water.
Like it's actually
Reeling in
moving
my-
to
Like there's a
us.
silhouette coming very, very fast
Very
towards the surface of
quickly.
the water.
I'll hold an action.
Okay. Something breaks the water right at that, and who's right? You're holding the action, so coming right to you, a scoop, as this gaunt face with like fins and claws comes out of the water and tries to swipe at you, but you held your action. What action were you holding?
Hold person.
Okay. You cast Hold Person. What's the save on that?
It is 16 wisdom.
That's a failure. It like jumps up and like pulls itself out of the water like a dolphin would break the water and tries to slash at you, and you cast the spell and it just paralyzes in the midair, just splashes back into the water and begins to sink. I need everybody to roll for initiative, please.
Oh,
I'm gonna try to hold concentration on that for as long as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
You got it.
I rolled a 3.
Oh no. That's
Change
not
out your
good.
dice, man.
I
It's
know.
not a good day so far.
The big heavy dice. I like it.
Like at 11.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let's do 25 to 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Machete with a dirty 20. Okay.
19.
No, you're
hold
22.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Oh, plus 3.
Hold on one
Ooh.
second.
22.
Give me 1 second. Hold on. That's a make sure I have all these.
Do we recognize this?
That to you to Scoop looks very similar to the things that you found on that ship that was stuck in the canal back in
Fuck.
Shylong.
Yeah. The bloaters or whatever.
The drowners.
The drowners.
1 moment here. Okay.
It means something.
And okay. You said you had 22, Nakano?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay, 15 to 20.
The dirty 20 would be me.
Anybody 15? 15 to 19? Nope. Okay. 10 to 15.
11.
11. Got it. Okay. Geez, guys, 5 to 10.
Continues to slowly eat cookie.
Oh no! This is not
both Tammy in real life, just pulling out
Yeah.
a cookie.
Yeah, 4.
Oh my god.
good. What is your dexterity modifier, Tamron?
+1.
Okay, so this thing's gonna beat you there. Okay. So, Tamron, you are at the bottom of the initiative order then. Oh, hurt.
Yeah.
Gotta do hurt. Okay. All right. Nakana, you are up first. At the moment, you don't see anything around the boat, but you did see that creature that is slowly sinking back into the water.
I see that the creature where it's at, like where it went. Did I have a nice view?
The creature is, I'm going to say like 2 feet below the surface of the water. You can see it, yes.
I could try anything to light it up. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
I'm thinking, so the water, is it like clear? Like, what's the color?
Like it is. It is like ocean, Caribbean, kind of clear. However, there's a bunch of rain happening on it, so it is like technically it's 2 feet under the water. So technically, it is in
I'm just
partial
gonna
cover.
keep my weapon in my hand, ready, just in case something comes out of the water.
Okay, what weapon? Your ranged weapon or your melee weapon, or which one? Which one?
My short sword.
Okay, the blade of Haladriel or just regular sword?
No, my blade of Galadriel.
Okay, cool.
Every
So
time
you're gonna hold your action to attack if something comes within range.
if something comes in.
You got it. So if something comes within 5 feet of you, you're gonna attack it. You got it. Okay.
Mhm.
That's your turn then. No bonus actions. No moving. You're gonna stay in the dinghy. Up. First, then next is the creature that got paralyzed. Does it get a save at the end of its turn from your spell?
Should. Yeah.
It does. Okay.
Yes. At the end of its turn.
Okay. So it's still paralyzed for its turn. It's gonna roll its save. That is only a 15, so it stays paralyzed and continues to sink. Okay, Misheni, you're up.
Okay. Seeing that, I will go over to the side of the boat and I understand that the arrow is probably not going to do super well under the water, but I am going to try to hit it so it doesn't come back up at us.
Okay, cool. So you're just going to
action.
roll this attack at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because
bonus
it is
action, planar warrior.
You got it. It is going through the water, so it's a disadvantage, and also gets a bonus to its AC because it does have partial cover being in the water like it has.
Okay. It's still within 30 feet of me, though?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Awesome.
Even
Actually,
with the bonus to AC.
more. It's actually more. But that went up. Okay, cool. So that becomes 13 points of force damage.
13 points of force damage. This thing does not look well.
Okay. And then I will shoot at it again. But just a normal... No, yeah. That's 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
I roll.
And that is 12 piercing damage.
12 piercing damage. You hit this thing twice in the heart. And the life exits from its eyes as it continues to sink down, down, down.
Okay.
It's the one that was paralyzed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your spell is down.
Okay.
Oh, right, it was paralyzed,
keep
so
throwing.
all attacks count as a critical hit. I'm an idiot. But it doesn't matter. You killed it. Well, you would have killed it with the first hit, so if you want to... well, you can't hold your attack, and you don't see any others, so...
I don't see any other creatures. Can I try to...
No.
Okay. Can I use some of my movement to try to row faster away from...
Absolutely. Yeah, you totally can.
Cool.
Yeah, you try to move and row faster. You got it.
Yeah.
It is then Hurt's turn. Hurt is going to use her action and her movement to help you as well. She's going to grab the other thing and try to row as fast as she possibly can.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Coming up from behind you, Tamrin, splashing out of the water, grabbing the edge of the dinghy and slashing at you is another one of these things. That is a 18 to hit.
I do. Maybe I should save my shield. I don't know. Yeah, I'll do shield.
Shield, as it goes up and it, ching, these claws reflect off or deflect off of this arcane shield that you conjured, and but it is now clinging there at the edge of the boat.
Is wild magic okay?
Oh shit! Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, barely, but yes.
I mean, the floating might be good again, so, you know.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
What's that?
What'd you get for wild magic?
No wild magic.
Okay. Okay, so the another one then is going to come up from your other side and get an attack on you with advantage.
Shield is still up, right?
The shield's still up, and I got 2 natural ones, so it just completely misses. And instead, like,
You got 2 natural ones.
You got 2 natural ones. So dolphin kicks out of the water, ends up going too high up out of the water, and just completely like clears you entirely, and goes off and tries to like grab at you in the air, but it has no control over its momentum in the air, and slashes the other dude that was trying to slash at you at the beginning instead, as it misses you. And it like rakes its claws against its back.
For 2 hits, right? Oh, never mind.
And okay.
That advantage.
Then, coming from the stern of the ship where Tamrin is, comes a much beefier individual that crunches its claws into the stern of the dinghy, and tries to claw at you, Tamrin, once again. Jesus.
Still have shield up.
Yes, that is a 16 to hit.
Miss.
Okay, it's going to try to attack you again.
Shield seems more powerful than a level 1 spell.
Absolute trash. I rolled a natural 1 and a 5, so it misses you with both of its attacks. Okay. I assume a Scoop and Tamrin are near the stern of the ship, because you guys were there, and then Nakano's like in the center, and then or Nakano's at the bow, and then Machete and Hurt are in the middle rowing. Make sense?
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Then Tamrin, it's your turn. You have 3 creatures all clinging to the side of the Scoop. What is your initiative?
11.
I'm so sorry. You went before these guys. That's okay. I'll put you in there. I'm so sorry.
Can I just go now?
Yeah, you can go now. Go ahead, and we'll get you in there.
I'll just say I guess just was a little bit late to the second attack or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll do Call Lightning on all 3 of them because I assume they're right next to each other. All right.
Yes, I mean that's going to hit Tamrin and you too, because it hits every creature within 5 feet.
Unless you direct the lightning bolt on the other side of them.
Then you only hit one.
Water.
So, just give me an image on the map. So I got there's Tamrin.
So the
there's
boat
me,
is
and
like 10 foot long, right? 5 foot wide by 10 foot long. On the stern are you and, or like, well, I guess it's like 10 foot long by 15 foot. It doesn't matter. It's enough for you guys to squeeze into it. On the stern, on the bottom of the ship, are a Scoop and Tamrin. In the middle are Machete and Hurt rowing, and on the bow is Nakano. Around the
Okay.
stern, on 3 sides, the south, the west, and the east of the stern, are 3 dudes that are all attacking Tamrin. The one on the very stern, the south end, is very beefy.
So I should be able to get 2 of them for Call Lightning then.
That would, if you put it in a space that is between both of them, that still makes you diagonally both of you 5 feet within the Call Lightning.
What if I do it underneath the 2?
You can only get 1 then. If you don't want to hit yourself. Like, imagine this is the boat. There's a dude,
Okay.
There's a bad dude here, there's a bad dude here, there's a bad dude here. If you want to hit the diagonal square over here, you can hit 2, but that still makes you and a Tamarin within 5 feet of it, because you guys are squeezed right now.
And the bad dude and the beefy dude is where?
Beefy dude's right here, on the south end.
Okay.
West end.
So I can
remember,
do
actually,
it to
the
the
guy
left
that
of
came from the west end jumped over the boat, so there's 2 over here. So that makes sense, because he cleared Tamarin entirely and came over and he raked this dude. So if you wanted to, you could hit 2. If you put it over, if you call the lightning right here. Yeah.
I'll call the lightning on the 2 because
Okay.
I believe in Tamarin.
Okay.
To finish off beefy dude.
Cool. You got it.
I'll do Channel Divinity 2.
Okay, so they roll a what save? Dexterity?
Dex save 16.
Dex save 16. You got it. 2 and 3. That is a 12. It's a failure, and that is a success. So the first one just takes, how much is max damage?
Is this so? Is there since there's a storm going on?
There's a
There's
storm
an
going,
additional 1d10. So 20. The one that saved is 25, and the one that failed is 50.
Okay, so the one that failed is the one that attacked its ally, takes 50 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, they're both dead. Even the one that saved, they're both just completely fried.
40.
40.
40. That was my bad.
Okay. 40. Okay, the other one, the one that doesn't matter. The one that saved was damaged, so they're still both completely fried by this this thing of lightning. So both of the weaker ones are gone. The beefy guy is still there. That's your action.
I'm just gonna. I can't do anything else.
Okay, you got it. Tamarin, it's now your turn.
How does a beefy guy look?
Unhurt. He hasn't been hit yet.
Oh, I thought okay.
No, the 2 weaker ones.
Believe
were
in you
just
to
hit
take
by
care
them.
of him.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
Completely fried.
Well, I'm engaged.
You are, yes. He is like grabbing onto the stern of the
Eh.
ship, half up, like ready to swipe at you again.
Nah. I'll cast fly on myself and go up 30 feet.
Okay, he's gonna take an attack of opportunity on you as you go away.
Yeah. Wait, I gotta do wild knife.
Yes, you do.
Nope, still good.
Okay, that is a 13 to hit you.
Miss.
Miss. Insane. He cannot get purchase on Tamarin. You got it. And you fly up 60 feet, just straight up? Or are you trying to like keep
Well, I don't want to go out.
time with the boat?
Well, 30 feet. I don't want to go too far.
Okay, but I assume you're like trying to keep like pace with the boat?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got it. Okay, back to the top of the order. Nakano, you see this beefy boy on the other side of the ship.
So I'm gonna hook it with. First, I'm gonna try to like grab it with my knuckle and swordfish, and then I want to like use my blade to kind of get accuracy, like by like holding it, pinning.
Okay, cool. So your held action didn't trigger because nothing came within 5 feet of you. But yeah, you can climb over your allies, like and with your dexterity easily like balance your way. You're gonna squeeze all 3 of you into this like 5-foot space on the stern of the ship. Like the bow is kind of sticking up a little bit, kind of like a motorboat at this point because all of you are on the back end. But you go over there and you're gonna like try to pin it with your hands. Mechanically, it doesn't really do anything, but you do get. But I will say that's like your way of doing sneak attack because you do have an ally within 5 feet. So go ahead and roll your attack.
I rolled an 8.
plus all of your stuff. 8 total.
No. Less. I think it's plus. I'm
It's a
using
blade of
my
Haladriel, right? So it's your proficiency plus
Yeah.
your dexterity plus 1.
proficiency. Yes, so plus 4. 12.
That's 6, right? 3,
That's
4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm sorry. Proficiency plus dexterity, right?
Proficiency plus dexterity plus 1. Because it's the blade of Haladriel, it's plus 1.
Plus 1, so that's 7.
Oh, it's 7. Oh yeah.
So 7
15.
plus 8 is 15. That's exactly what you needed to hit. So go ahead and get that sweet sneak attack.
Four. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the d6 plus what's level 7 sneak attack? What is it? 2d6, 3d6?
I have 4.
You do?
Yes,
Whoa.
I do. Leveled up 4.
Yeah, it's set. Oh yeah, so you should be rolling 5d6 plus your dexterity modifier.
Whoa. Ouch.
20. Ah.
20 damage total as you sink this thing into its collarbone, and it goes like, and you pull it out, and black, like Icarish blood just sprays into the air that then gets hit by the rain, and then it goes back onto your face. And you just kind of have that like sly grin on yourself. Yeah, you hurt this thing. 20 damage.
Yes.
It's still kicking though. You can, if you would like, if you wanted, because you still have your bonus action. If you want to take an offhand attack with your other short sword, you can make another attack, or you can use that bonus action to dash, disengage, hide.
I'm gonna hide.
Okay, where would you like
I
to
feel
hide?
like I angered this.
On this dinghy.
Is there a place like underneath a board?
Yeah. Do you want to go
That's-
prone and lie under everybody to try to hide?
Sure.
Okay, cool. You go prone, you lie under everybody, and you're like telling everybody to like move your feet out of the way. Move your feet. Just move your feet out of the way. I need to lie down. I'm just gonna scooch in here real quick.
It's like this dog at the dog park we saw yesterday was like under the bench and it would come running out and then like run right back underneath the bench.
Yeah, it's Staccato. She's like, I'm hiding under here. Shh, 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 shh. And then she comes out, ha, and stabs something and then just lies right back down. Perfect. Great. Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check for me, depending on how well you do this.
Yep. 15.
15. Yeah,
Plus
you
9 to stealth.
Yeah, rogues, man. Yeah, you scooch your way into under everybody. Hurt and Machini have to like move their feet to like have one foot on the side of the boat so that you can lie down properly and like scooch all your limbs in. But yeah, you are effectively hidden. Okay. At initiative, that's a very good. So at initiative 20 on your turn, Machini, you see several more silhouettes start to swim up from out of like you see individuals of whatever it is like breaking the water, kind of like dolphin kicking, that are headed towards the boat as more of these things join the fray. It appears that there are like numerous. There are numbers of them, and as long as you are here in the water, they'll keep coming.
We've got the company.
It is your turn.
Cool. Am I completely like I'm within 5 feet of the big dude at the end of the boat? TJ?
You are like 10 feet from the big boy.
Excellent. I'll pop up, bonus action, channel those my other selves, and try to hit it with the longbow again. This is not at disadvantage because of that. Does a 15 hit?
The big boy? Just hits.
Yeah.
It's popping up.
Whew. Ooh-wee. Okay. So that is 13 points of force damage.
You got it. 13 points
I'll
of
take
force
another-
damage.
Is he still up?
He's still up.
Pop another shot at. Fuck. That's a nat 1. So
So
I'm
you're going to
assuming-
shoot. You're not going to shoot Tamara. You're going to shoot a Scoop. Go ahead, and because he's the one standing between you and the creature.
okay. It was the least amount of damage I could do, at least. So it's 6 points of piercing damage.
I saved on my concentration.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Whew.
What are you
It's over
concentrating
there.
on? Oh,
What?
call lightning. Call lightning.
Call lightning.
Yeah. So you just think. Is it an arrow or is it your chakram, Misheni?
It's an arrow. I'm using arrows right now because
So an arrow just sinks into your shoulder blade, a Scoop. From behind you.
Sorry, you moved.
Apologize later. I'll get the arrow out in a few seconds.
I'm sorry. And then I'll pointed out those other creatures incoming, and I sit back down and use all my movement to row the boat. Row,
You got it. You guys are
As
getting
fast as
close.
we can.
You guys are about halfway to the shore. It's several hundred feet away still. Yeah.
Okay.
Surely the shore will be safe. There won't be anything dangerous over there.
Clearly.
Okay.
Not like
Cool.
these creatures can get on land.
Okay. It is then Misheni after your turn. It is then Hurt's turn. Hurt is going to use her action to throw some daggers at this individual, and then use her movement to push the boat. That's a hit. And that's a miss. So she throws one dagger at the dude. She pulls out and just kind of flings it, swings it, and it hits him in the eye. And he's like, "Ugh." He looks even more damaged, but he's still up. Another drowner then comes from the side of the ship and is going to attack you, Misheni.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Rather than doing slashing damage, it's going to grapple you, and you are now you are now grappled by this creature and is attempting to pull you under the waves.
Okay.
Another one's going to come up right alongside it and try to pull you under. It gets its attack
Okay,
at
so
advantage because of pack tactics.
What do I need to do?
You can only do something on your turn. This is an action that they're taking.
Okay.
This isn't a save. This is just like a grapple and
Okay.
pull.
Okay.
That is a holy shit. That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
I rolled a 19. Okay, so yeah, so you get pulled off of the boat and into the water.
Okay.
You on your turn you can what is it? Mud grapple. Yep. Now that you've been grappled, the drag under ability happens. Yes. So you can roll a strength saving throw, please.
Okay. Eight.
8. That does not succeed. You take some damage as this thing pulls you
Okay.
down while it's lacerating you. Oof. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you are being like buried in and pelted by these waves and all these elbows and claws as you're being pulled under the water. And you get pulled a good 15 feet under the waves.
Okay.
That is theirs turn. Scoop, it is your turn. You see Machete
Is
get
there
pulled
any-
off the boat and pulled down.
So is there anything like grouped together, I should say?
The two individuals that just cast Machete are were within 5 of each other, but one of them pulled her down 15 feet. So at the moment, the only one you see is one on the east side of the ship, the beefy one on the south side of the ship. Those are the only ones that have broken the surface of the water at the moment.
So the Shenny's down 15 feet. So many spells. I'm gonna do Call Lightning again and strike the beefy dude.
Okay. You strike the beefy dude. Dexterity saving throw. That is a failure. Only a 13. How much damage?
21 damage.
21 damage. You shock him with a bolt of lightning that hits right next to him, and he goes, and you just smell fried cooked fish as he sinks down below the waves.
Mm.
And I'm gonna do Spiritual Weapon. Right next to the one that's pulling the Shenny down.
Can you cast Spiritual Weapon if you've used your action to call the lightning? I guess you're not casting the spell, so I guess you can. Wild.
Yeah, that's
what
why
an
I
exploit.
had to wait. That's why I had to wait the actual turn.
Wild. What an exploit. Wow.
I would have called it last round, but I have to use, I can't use bonus action on action.
Wild. Okay, cool.
Spells.
You're summoning Spiritual Weapon 15
At level 3.
feet. At level 3. Okay, cool. Below the waves?
Right. The one that's holding the Shenny.
You got it. Cool. Done. You go ahead and make your attack.
It's definitely a hit. 24.
24, that hits. Go ahead and roll that damage.
I just want to make sure I'm getting this correct because I know my way. Is okay.
What's your damage?
20 damage.
20 damage. You destroy this thing.
I'll give you a thumbs up.
Machete, you are free and clear. You are no longer grappled. You're no longer being pulled under.
Okay.
Cool.
The only thing that you can see right now is one of the drowners that is on the east side of the ship. I just say east just to make it easy. But yes, okay, cool. Scoop, that is you're done. Tamarin, it's your turn. You are flying 30 feet above the ship. There's only one individual that you can still see clinging onto the ship. You're still a ways away from the shore. What are you going to do?
How does that thing look? Is he injured?
That one has not been hurt yet.
Would you have taken off the rope after you got pulled back up onto the ship? Onto the dinghy?
No, all of this happened very quickly.
Oh.
You wouldn't have had time to.
Oh, okay. I guess I still have a rope.
Yeah, you have a
Actually-
rope that's tethered
Yeah.
to you, to your ankle, and to the dinghy, and you are flying.
Well, I thought I would have taken that off once I learned I could control where I'm going, right?
It's up to you.
I would have thought, but I think so.
Okay.
I think I would have done that.
I was thinking
Because it's not
parasailing
cool to
dinghy.
come up doing that thing with the rope dangling off me. It's just not the vibe.
It's not the vibe.
I think Machete at first would have been like, "Are you sure? Okay. All right. Check.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast magic missile just at first level on that one.
You got it.
Roll my wild magic. Jesus Christ, skin on my teeth here.
What'd you get? How much damage?
Working on it. How many darts are there? 3? That's it. 10 damage.
10 damage. It is still up, but it is hurt. Anything else you want to do with your turn? You are flying. You have a bonus action.
I'm just gonna come down 15 feet in case I fall, so I can kind of land in the boat, just not in the water.
Okay, you got it. The boat is not moving. Getting like an aerial view as to what's going on. The boat is not really moving. You're afraid about how fast this boat is moving and how fast these things are coming. You're like, shit, we need to go faster.
Okay. I'll go down 30 feet and then I'll try to push.
Yeah. You want to like get behind the stern and like motorboat it, like with your fly?
Well, can I do it from the front?
Sure. Yeah, if you want to grab onto it and pull it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely can do that. That'll get the boat some extra speed. So Hurt is rowing. Tamron is pulling with Fly. Here's what I'm going to say, because that's the end of the initiative order, but there's still things in combat. Here's what I want everybody to do is on their turn, if they want to, they can use their action and or their movement to try to increase the boat speed, speed of the boat. You will roll an athletics check, and if you succeed on the athletic check, the boat will move considerably faster. Okay? I'm going to do that for this following round. Okay? At the top of the order, then we have Nakano. The only the enemy that you can only see is the one on the east side. It's heavily damaged, but the boat is not moving fast enough. What do you do?
I want to finish off the damage one.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll an attack. You were hidden so you stand up from you. I'm just gonna get out of here just real quick, and you pop up and you can stab this thing with advantage.
Yeah, I kind of like have one eye open, and I like come out. I rolled a 19.
19 hits. Go ahead, get your sneak attack. So 5d6 plus your dexterity modifier. It's going to be really hard not to just kill this thing.
I know. 20.
20. Yeah, you just absolutely just brain this thing. You put it through where its ear hole and it comes out the other ear hole, and then you pull it out just really quick, and it just sinks down into the depths. The boat is now free, meaning that the boat can move a little faster now. Would you like to aid it with your movement?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll an athletics check.
$13.
Okay, 13. You do help push it a little bit. You take the spot where Macheni was sitting down to help Hurt, and you just pull, and like your 4 spider limbs come out, and they kind of like work as little paddles to try to like push the boat along. Great. Then at initiative 20, we're gonna see how many more of these guys show up. Only one more shows up, and it's having difficulty keeping up with how fast the dinghy is moving. Macheni, you are 15 feet below the water, and the ship is getting farther and farther away from you.
Can I take just a moment as I'm swimming diagonally to try to catch up with it, to see what else might be down here, or just to kind of like see if I just see, like, just a quick, I'm not trying to do a full perception check, just like
yeah, so you see several more of these like dark figures moving and swimming forward, like dolphinic mermaids, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But there is a point where it shouldn't be like this, but like where there should be, you should be able to see, because of how clear usually the water is, you should be able to see this, like the sandy bottom of the coral. You can't. It just like it's not like it drops off, like it goes deep. It just gets too dark to see, like shadowy, which is concerning.
Yeah. Interesting. I think to myself, pop out my fins and then swim up and try to, as I'm doing that, I'm going to cast Longstrider on myself and swim and push the boat too. I have a 50-foot swim speed now.
Okay, with 50 feet, you're just going to get to the boat, so you won't be able to push it, but you can grab onto it.
Okay, cool.
You got it?
Yep.
Cool. You can,
That's my
I'll
turn.
say, as a bonus action, if you want to pull yourself up onto the boat, you can. unless you want to stay in the water.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Bonus action, pull yourself out of the
Yeah.
boat. That's fine. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Then it's going to be, there's one guy who is going to try to, as you're doing that, because his initiative is just right after yours, try to slash at you while you're trying to go out of the boat. That's a natural 20.
Okay. Cool.
Oof. Okay, he's
Slash.
can't grab you, so he's just going to try to slash you a ton. That's 10 points of slashing damage to you.
Okay.
And that's all he can do. Then we're at Hurt. Hurt is going to... she's not very strong. So she's going to look at you and nod and jump into the water and push the boat because she now has a swim speed. And she's going to roll 19 on her athletics check. So you guys are just pushing the boat. It's now creating like a wake and like that motorboat parting it where the waves start to crest over and peel back the water as this thing is moving way faster than this thing was ever intended to move. A scoop that is then your turn.
I suppose the spiritual weapon can't.
No, you can move it 30 feet or 20 feet, I believe, with the bonus action, but it is getting very, very far away at this point.
Yeah, I want to move it as far as possible towards us
You do
and
so.
see if, like, yeah, that's pretty much all I can do. Move it 30 feet and just, can I do like a luck check to see if I swipe something?
Just go ahead and make an attack, and I'll tell you if you hit anything, or I won't, because you don't know.
18.
18. Okay, you make it swipe. You would have no idea of knowing whether it hit something or not.
Well, okay, well,
You can
I
go ahead and
didn't
roll
do
damage if you
so
like.
I assume I didn't.
You can go ahead and roll damage.
And I'll just do Call Lightning pretty much as a hold action. Or can I see the one that's swiped, Machete?
You can. Yes.
Okay, then I'll just do
Okay.
the... So it wouldn't hit her, but hit the...
That's a success on the dexterity saving throw. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Damage on that is 19
19.
for the
Got it.
Call Lightning, and spiritual weapon is... Go away.
It looks heavily damaged, and but it's still kicking.
Okay.
And what was the spiritual weapon damage?
12. 12.
12. Okay, you got it. Okay. You guys then see that creating a bulbous formation behind the ship as it's keeping pace with the dinghy. The water starts to create that swell where something very, very fast is moving just underneath the surface of the water before it finally, the bubble pops and it breaks, and you see this weird fin of another one of those beefy boys that is just shooting after this dinghy but cannot reach it this turn. Tamarin, it is then your turn.
Push. I will push with my
Okay.
60 feet of fly speed.
You got it. Go ahead and roll athletics check to see if you can increase that.
Ugh. I gotta throw these dice away. Athletics, you said?
Yes.
10.
10. You push and you push and you push. You guys are getting closer now. You can smell the water as it's hitting the shore, but you're just not quite there yet. You're still in danger. Cameron, use your action and your movement to move this thing 120 feet forward. I imagine that's what you meant?
Yes.
Okay, cool. As you just push,
I'd
push,
also
push.
like to use my bonus action to push.
You can attempt to. Hurt is doing her best to keep pace with you. There are times where she gets like dragged because she can't move that fast.
Wait,
but-
we moved the boat forward 120 feet.
Yes.
You said the boat to the land was 100 feet.
No,
So it should be
hundreds
at
of
shore
feet.
Oh, okay.
Hundreds of feet is what I said.
Sorry.
It's okay. So that's the end of the order. Top of the initiative. Nakano, you're up.
Bro.
Okay, go ahead. Action
Sure.
and movement. Go ahead and roll athletics check.
Ooh, 20.
Nat 20?
Nat 20. Nat 20.
Nat 20. You stick all of your limbs in the water and paddle with
Maybe
the
you should
paddles.
use them.
You've got like 6
So-
paddles now pushing you forward. This thing, it needs a spoiler because it is about to like hydroplane off of the top of the skidding. It's moving so fast that it's not even going into the water. It's just skidding off the top. It's skipping off the top of the surface of the water. And eventually you hear the sound of, rather than you hear as it starts to skid onto sand. But you guys are moving too fast. And you're unable to stop it. So this thing goes
Oh my
past
God.
the shore, into the wooded areas, crashes into one of the
Well, that doesn't sound like a critical success to me.
you succeeded
I'm
yourself. with the
on that
failure.
boat too, so
Yes.
Are we allowed to succeed too well? That doesn't seem fair.
Okay, so the boat itself did roll a Constitution saving throw. It is not shattered up against the trees. It is a little damaged. Nothing like a quick mending cantrip. Well, not quick, but a mending cantrip couldn't fix. But for all intents and purposes, you guys are out of danger. You still see these things start to like slowly kind of walk up upon shore. What are you guys doing?
I'm still attacking them.
I would be popping off shots with my.
Okay, are you guys
Chill-
retreating
chill
into the
touching.
woods, or are you staying where you are? Because they'll
No,
keep
retreating.
coming. Okay, cool. You guys are retreating into the woods easily enough. You guys knock a couple of these out while you're in retreat. Their speed is slower than yours while on land, so they can't keep up with you. So there's no way they can get to you while you're moving and attacking. So you guys keep killing a couple of them. Eventually, they retreat as you move further and further and further into the woods and this deep jungle thicket.
Okay.
For the record, I'm going to continue to fly for 10 minutes.
That's right. Well,
I would-
it's fly 10 minutes or is it an hour?
10 minutes, I believe.
I think. Yeah. I think you're
10
right.
minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah, you can absolutely fly. You can give yourself, actually, while you're flying, you can pierce the canopy to give a better lay of the land if you like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, you do so. Go ahead and roll a perception
see
check
any-
at advantage for me.
I'm looking for clearings, structures, things of such nature. Wait, Scoop, can I borrow your spyglass?
No. Here.
Thank you. Does that give me any advantage to anything?
Yes, you can absolutely do it with advantage.
You can carry me out there, big boy.
Ooh, all right. I'm switching to this dice. Natural 20 for a total of 21.
21. You have +1 perception. I love it.
Yes, I do.
You
Yeah,
go
I'm
up
down-
a
I'm
couple
down,
hundred feet to give yourself a very nice view of the island. You pull the spyglass out, and you're getting wet with all the rain. And you pull it out, and you see the raindrops running down the lens of the spyglass. And you look over, and you see what looks like could be a possible clearing. You pull out the spyglass, and you get a closer look. What looks like almost like a hole in the earth, but not a hole, like kind of like a rocky outcropping that goes up, almost craterous, and then goes back down in like a spiral formation. And then you can kind of tell with the spyglass that it looks like to be like a very deeply dug cenote.
Is it Elvish? You have to tell me.
You can't not tell at this distance, like for sure. It looks
Okay.
like naturally formed-ish. It looks like this rocky outcropping, like the outside of the crater. You know how a crater like kind of goes up at a lip and then dips back down into the actually like the caldera of the crater. It's kind of
Yeah.
like that. So the rocky outcropping has that lip, and then it like you see this like natural rock formation kind of spiral down, and then near like the bottom of this, because you can only see so much from this angle, it looks like there's a cenote, like it goes deeper down into water.
And how
Into
far is
water.
Yes.
How far does it
Like a
look
cenote,
it
you know
is?
what a cenote is? It's like a cave, but it's like all underwater, and the water like reaches sea level or whatever, and then you can like and it's like this very clear, sometimes sulfurous, sometimes other type of water, and it's just imagine this full of stalagmites and stalactites cave, but it's fully filled with water, and it has like a flat entrance that hits land level.
And how far is this in distance?
That is, that's probably a mile away. So you guys are gonna have to hike there, through the jungle in order to get there.
Once we get to like, oh, tell me when you're down.
Oh, yeah, I'll come back down and explain what was explained.
And there is a clearing. Like once it hits the lip of that area, the foliage kind of stops because it's mostly rock that kind of goes down.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
I guess we're going there.
Yeah.
Seems to make sense. I also
I don't really want to go in
within-
the water, but maybe we just check it out.
Yeah, we can check it out at least. There's
Yeah.
probably something there.
It-
Speaking of the water, it was really dark. Like it shouldn't have been that dark when I was down there. I noticed like should have seen the coral, but
Mm.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah. Is it deep, or do you think there's something else going on?
I think something else is going on. I mean, based on how fast we got up onto the land after that spot, like I wouldn't think that
Should
it
have been
was
able to
like
see it. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like this place.
Yeah, no wonder Avery was getting the creeps from it.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay, so Tamron, you come back down to the group. You guys have a little discussion. You head that way.
But we should all put on our Sakura masks as well.
Yeah.
yes.
So the only one that
Mascot?
doesn't have it is Hurt, because they only made enough for the main people.
Sorry, Hurt.
They can fucking try to get me. They'll never get me.
Do you think halfway through we should use your compass to locate see if the idol is in that direction?
Maybe when we get to the thing, because I can only use it once a day.
Yeah.
Well, it's a mile-long radius, so
Isn't it-
No,
I don't
the
think it's a
cenote
mile.
is not
I
a
think it's
mile long. It is much smaller than that. It is just a mile away.
okay.
And the compass is only 1,000
1,000 feet.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought.
Uh,
Okay, sorry, I thought it was a mile feet. Oh, long.
It's okay.
Yes, a mile feet.
1,000 feet. Yep.
I know speak English.
Great. So you guys trek. You guys put on your Sakura masks and you trek through the jungle. I'm gonna have all of you guys roll survival checks at advantage because you guys have a direction of where you're going with Tamron's guidance.
Can I just continue to fly for 10 minutes and just kind of make sure we're
Yeah,
all
if
going
you want to
in the
like
right
stay
direction?
above the canopy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until
the
I
10
start to feel it fade, and then I'll come back down.
Sure. I mean, the what's remainder of the fly isn't going to last very long. It's only going to be like the first 16th of the trip on the way there, because this
Whatever.
is
Okay.
yeah. But yes, but yes.
Okay, cool.
This is
I'm
more
mostly
to like
looking
just
for,
avoid the
like-
dangers of the natural dangers of the jungle and that kind of thing.
I'd
Go
say mostly looking for more wildlife. That
Okay. Let's do it in order. Tamron, what'd you get?
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nakano.
I got a total of 20.
Hmm?
20 as well.
Oh, nice.
Another dirty 20. A scoop.
23.
We're pros, yeah.
23. Misheni.
25.
Holy
25.
shit. Look at us go,
Guys,
yo.
all 20 or
Fucking
above, you guys know
crushing this
exactly
jungle.
where you're going. You guys do dodge actually several swords of of sakura blossoms on your way here. It does look like they are not doing so well in this. Like, they could be bigger, but they're not doing so well with this salt water rain. But granted, you did see a floating island that was still subsiding off of the seawater with like roots in a tree, like a sakura tree. So it is, they can survive, but they could be a lot bigger if this wasn't consistently falling. But you guys are able to dodge most of this. You're looking for, Scoop, you're looking for fauna, any creatures. You hear no insects. You hear no birds. You see no boars. You see no native wildlife. None.
Yeah.
The dead zone for wildlife.
The
That's
foliage
good.
here is still like somewhat lush. It's jungle. It's thick. It's again not doing so great with this salt water, but giving its magic nature, there's other hoodoo voodoo shit going on. You're not really sure what's happening.
Mhm.
But no animals. Eventually, you guys make your way to the cenote. You get on the outcropping of where the foliage begins to break, and as the whatever light breaks through the overcast clouds pierces and reflects off of the stonework here, you get a better look as to what is deep down in the cenote as you kind of position yourself in a spot where you can get a better vantage as to what's going on. And you look down, and there's kind of this like naturally forming spiral rock on the edge of the perimeter of this like crater that goes down, down, down until it eventually goes into water. But there's only a very, very little bit of water, only about like maybe ankle deep, maybe a little higher, like shin deep water here. And as you look down, everybody roll perception checks for me.
You need to get a computer truck.
Can we do it with advantage? Or
No,
can I do it with advantage with my spyglass?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. I got a 17.
You like that?
17 for Macheni. Nakano?
9.
9.
16.
16. And Tamron.
Cameron's checking his nails.
Okay.
What did hurt
16.
get?
Tamron, you see something like what you
What did
hear
hurt
this.
get?
You don't see
What did
this.
hurt?
What?
EJ.
Hurt
What did hurt?
is focused on not is focused on her anger against the sakura petals.
Wait, I see something. I rolled a 1. There's no way I see anything.
I said Macheni. A scoop. I'm sorry. A scoop. You hear the sound of like running water. But you can't really see where it's coming from. Macheni, you feel that thread, that tether pull, and it is pulling inexorably hard. You just feel like you feel like you're wearing a very, very tight corset. It's hard to breathe in because you just feel this thing is like pulling from under your sternum, just like out, like pulling your lungs up against your rib cage. You can feel this very, very strong pull, and it's pulling you down into that crater, into that cenote. You can see with just this kind of like planar vision, and with your vision, you see what looks like some sort of arch encrusted with coral and starfish and clamshells and a bunch of other thing. At the bottom of this cenote, partially submerged in this water that looks like it has a waterfall falling from the interior, from like the arch, like the top mantle part of the arch itself. Like it is constantly producing water that's falling like a veil through the way of the doorway of like the archway that is filling up the cenote, that's filling up the water down here. And it's just constantly falling, like from nowhere, like magic.
Okay, so it seems like seems like that archway is just open then, and that's where the water's coming from.
Yeah,
that kind of
imagine
thing,
like
or-
it's about like a couple feet thick, wide, like as in deep, and it's made of like some stonework that is like got barnacles and coral attached to it. And the top of it, like if you were to go under it and look up, like where you would hang mistletoe, it looks like there's a veil where just there's a waterfall just falling from the very center of the like from the ceiling inside of it. So there's just looks like a veil of like a waterfall that's filling the bottom of this crater. And you feel that's a portal. That's a portal to somewhere. That's a planar portal somewhere. You feel it in your bones. You also notice there are several puddles of water scattered about, this spiraling down into this area. There's some strange, strong magic at play here.
Can I do a ritual for detect magic?
You can if you'd like, if you guys want to wait 10 minutes.
I mean, do we have to stay in place, or?
It's up to you.
You don't have to. You can back off a little bit. I mean, I do feel that thread. That is definitely... That's a macaroni gate. That's absolutely macaroni gate down there. But
the last time we had that, we were versing that giant... What was it? Shatter thing? Dimensional... That's when we found your sister.
Yeah, you mean when I was spread across different planes? It was great.
Yeah, it was
wonderful. Yeah. No, it's you definitely the same thing for sure.
If you're feeling a pull, do you think we're gonna see your sister again?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I traveled these kinds of things before without seeing her, so I wouldn't necessarily think that we would. But it's possible, I guess.
I look around for any kind of like lever or something that might shut the waterfall off, or any kind of
this thing
maybe
is
that looks...
deep down in there.
I see. We're still at the top.
You're at the top.
Gotcha.
Macheni just saw it because she has like a sixth sense when it comes to this.
I see.
It's more like that. I had like enhance kind of vision.
Is it for sure natural, or does it look like maybe just like nature just kind of took over?
It's
like maybe
very,
this,
very
like,
hard to tell.
Kind of,
It feels kind of
I mean, I would be able to tell, right?
Well, no. Okay, so this is because you didn't really get a close look at it. You haven't gotten a closer look at it. Macheni's really the only one that really noticed what's going on there, because of what she got in her perception. You, with your archaeology, just kind of like, and well, you know, with your wild magic, the atmosphere around here feels similar to that. Like when your wild magic happens, something is off.
Okay. I'm just talking specifically about like the spiral stair, like the spiral thing down. That doesn't sound natural to me.
It looks like a product of erosion.
Okay.
But you've never seen things erode in this way before.
Right.
Does the lock of hair that I have from Agatilla that used to be a tentacle, is that still a lock of hair, or is it a tentacle currently in the test tube?
At the moment, it is a tentacle.
Yep, definitely on the spot, guys. It's like our
fish
little...
stone.
As you pull up that tentacle, it is like a lock of hair. Like half of it is a lock of hair, and then it fully becomes a tentacle, and then it starts to go wild in that vial, squirming, trying to get out, like a leech caught in there, or like a worm caught in there, wildly trying to get out. And you just kind of feel like it vibrate a little bit. And like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park, you see these puddles around this spiral that go all the way down, start to form those ripples as they start to rise.
We should...
And form like water elemental creatures. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Oof.
Thank you guys so much. If you are watching this episodically, go ahead and head over to the next episode. We'll be back after the break. And as always, stay safe out there. Bye.
Bye.